Welcome student to my YouTube channel Bharat Chem Study. Today we are going to study about chapter 2 chemical bonding for 10th standard of ICSE board. In this video part 1 we are going to study about the cause of chemical combination, Lewis dot structure, electrovalent bond, definition and conditions, electron dot structure of formation of NaCl, magnesium chloride and calcium oxide, and characteristics of electrovalent compounds. So let's start with the chapter molecule. A group of atoms existing together as one species and are formed by chemical combination of two or more atoms is called molecule. Now question coming to our mind, then why atoms join together or combine together to form a molecule? Let's study the cause of chemical combination or octet rule. The atoms of different elements combine with each other in order to complete 8 electrons in their outermost shell called octet to attain nearest noble gas configuration. That's why the atoms of different elements combine together to form molecules. Note, hydrogen, lithium and beryllium try to attain only 2 electrons in their outermost shell. That is, they try to attain duplet. By doing so, they will attain electronic configuration equivalent to helium. Now, mode of chemical combination. The atom can attain their octet or duplet either by complete transfer of one or more electrons from one atom to another or by sharing electrons with each other. Now, Lewis symbol. So, in Lewis symbols, the valence electrons are represented by placing dots or cross around the symbol of atom. So, let's study how Lewis symbol can be represented one by one. For example, lithium, atomic number 3, electronic configuration can be written as 2, 1, and in lithium the valence electron, that is the electron pair in the last shell, is 1. So to represent the Lewis symbol of lithium, first of all we write the symbol of lithium and then we represent the one valence electron by dot or by cross. Here in this video I am just representing the one valence electron by a dot. Similarly, beryllium, atomic number 4, electronic configuration 2, 2. So it is having 2 valence electron. So it can be represented as Lewis symbol by writing the symbol of beryllium and representing the 2 valence electron around it by dots. In case of boron, the electronic configuration 2, 3. So it has 3 valence electron. So Lewis symbol by writing boron and representing the 3 valence electron around it as dots. In case of carbon, the electronic configuration is 2, 4, so valence electron is 4. So the Lewis symbol for carbon can be represented by putting the symbol of carbon and 4 valence electron will be represented around it as dots like this. Similarly, nitrogen, electronic configuration is 2, 5, valence electron is 5, so it can be represented as by placing 5 dots around nitrogen. Similarly, in case of oxygen, the electronic configuration 2, 6, valence electron are 6. So it can be written by writing symbol of oxygen and representing 6 dots around it. In case of sodium, the electronic are 2, 8, 1 and the valence electron is 1. So its Lewis symbol will be sodium with 1 dot. In case of magnesium, electronic configuration is 2, 8, 2, valence electron are 2. So it can be represented by writing magnesium symbol and representing 2 dots around it. In case of aluminium, the valence electron is 3, so it can be written as given. In case of chlorine, the valence electrons are 7, so it can be represented by writing the symbol of chlorine and by placing 7 dot around chlorine. Same way, in case of potassium, the valence electron is 1, so it can be represented by writing symbol of potassium and representing 1 dot around it. In case of calcium, valence electrons are 2, so its Lewis symbol is calcium with 2 dots. Now chemical bond. It is defined as the force of attraction which holds the atom within a molecule. The force which is responsible to keep all the atom within a molecule together is called chemical bond. Now the types of chemical bond: electrovalent or ionic bond, covalent bond or coordinate or dative bond. These are the 3 bonds which we are going to study in our 10th standard, and these bonds depend upon whether the atoms will share electrons, gain or lose electrons. So let's study electrovalent or ionic bond first. So electrovalent or ionic bond, the bond formed by the complete transfer of one or more electron from one atom to another so as to complete their octet or duplet is called ionic bond. Here the term complete transfer is very much important because once an atom will transfer or lose its electron it will never take that electron back. That's why the word complete transfer is used here. Formation of ionic bond. During the formation of ionic bond, an atom lose electron to form cation. For example, in case of NaCl, first sodium lose electron and form Na positive ion, and another atom will gain electron and first form anion. Let's take an example of chlorine, that chlorine gain electron and form Cn negative ion. So during the formation of ionic bond, one atom first lose electron to form cation, second atom of another element will gain that electron and form negative ion. They will not directly take electron. These opposite charge ions thus come closer due to electrostatic force of attraction. The electrostatic force of attraction is that which is occurring between two opposite charge ions to form an ionic bond or electrovalent bond as. So one sodium will lose electron to form cation, chlorine will gain electron to form anion, and then these two cation and anion will come together to form molecule of NaCl, that is ionic bond. So the definition of electrovalent or ionic bond can also be written as that electrostatic force of attraction which hold the opposite charge ion together is called ionic bond or is called electrovalent bond. Now, electron dot structure of formation of NaCl. The representation of formation of dot structure is different. We know that we are going to study about NaCl and the electronic configuration is sodium is 281, that is one valence electron, and we represent its Lewis symbol like this one. And because one chlorine is going to come along with it, so we put symbol plus and then we write the symbol of chlorine with electronic configuration 287 and its 7 valence electrons like this one. So when NaCl is going to form, sodium transfer its electron or give its electron to chlorine, as a result of which the sodium will acquire positive charge and its electronic configuration becomes stable, and that chlorine will gain one electron and its electronic configuration also becomes stable 288 equal to nearest noble gas, but it get negatively charged ion, and the force of attraction between Na positive and Cl negative ion, that is ionic bond, can be represented by arrows like this. So this is the representation of formation of NaCl with the help of electron dot structure. But sometime in exam, instead of writing the formation of NaCl, they will just write the electron dot structure of NaCl. So when the question come, write only the electron dot structure of NaCl, then no need to show the loss of electron from sodium and the gain of electron from chlorine. Just we have to write the electron dot structure of NaCl like this. Electron dot structure for the formation of magnesium chloride. We know that its magnesium is 1 and chlorine is 2. So first of all we write magnesium with its electronic configuration and valence electron by dots. Then we know that here we have to use 2 chlorine. So each chlorine is having 7 electrons. So magnesium give its 2 electron, 1 to each chlorine atom, as a result of which magnesium become 2,8 and have 2 positive charge, whereas each chlorine atom gain 1 electron, so each chlorine has minus 1 charge. So there is no need to write 2 chlorine again, we will write 1, but we put 2 in front of this Cl negative ion. It will tell us that it is 2 Cl negative ion, and then to represent the formation of ionic bond, we represent arrows in between them. But again, if the question say only write the electron dot structure, then no need to show these arrows. We have to directly write electron dot structure of MgCl2 like this. Similarly, the electron dot structure for the formation of calcium oxide is calcium having valence electron 2, and here is oxygen is 1 which is having valence electron 6. So here oxygen required 2 electrons and calcium is having 2 electrons more to attain noble gas configuration. So calcium lose both of its electron to oxygen atom. As a result, the calcium get 2 positive charge and oxygen will gain 2 electron and get 2 negatively charged, and then the force of attraction between them represented by arrow, and this is the electron dot structure for the formation of calcium oxide. But again, if the question say only to write the electron dot structure of calcium oxide, then we write only the electron dot structure of calcium oxide like this. Orbital dot structure of NaCl and MgCl2 that we already have studied in our 9th standard, but I am showing it once again here in ICSE board of 10th standard, that is not included in your syllabus. So this is the orbital dot structure for the formation of NaCl, and this is the orbital dot structure for the formation of magnesium chloride. Similarly, the orbital dot structure for the formation of calcium oxide can be represented like this. I'm not discussing these formation in this video because these are not included in the syllabus of 10th standard, and also this we already have studied in our 9th standard. The electrovalency, the number of electrons that an atom of an element lose or gain to form electrovalent or ionic bond is called its electrovalency. For example, in the formation of NaCl, sodium lose 1 electron, hence the electrovalency of sodium is 1. Similarly, in MgCl2, magnesium lose 2 electrons, hence the electrovalency of magnesium is 2. But in MgCl2, 1 chlorine gain only 1 electron, hence electrovalency of chlorine is only 1. Now, factor affecting the formation of ionic bonds. Always remember one thing that's very important, that ionic bond is always formed between metal and non-metal. So the first factor is low ionization energy. Lesser the ionization energy of a metal, greater is its tendency or ease to formation of cation by losing electron. Hence, greater is the possibility of formation of ionic bond. Second factor is high electroaffinity. Higher the value of electron affinity of a non-metal, easier is its tendency to gain electron and formation of ion. Hence, easier is the formation of ionic bond. Third, larger the electron activity difference between the two atoms which are going to combine to form ionic bond. So, if the electron activity difference between the two elements, one is metal and another is non-metal, higher the electron activity, higher is the possibility of formation of ionic bond. Important notes. First, metals with valence electron 1, 2 or 3 always form ionic bonds by losing electron with non-metals. So always remember, ionic bond is always formed between metal and non-metal. Cesium is the most electropositive metal, so it has most tendency to form ionic bond. Fluorine is the most electronegative element. Non-metal can form ionic bond as well as covalent bond. Metal always form ionic bond, but non-metal can form ionic as well as covalent bond. Next point, compound containing ionic bonds are called ionic compounds. Now, characteristic of ionic compounds. First, ionic compounds are hard due to strong electrostatic force of attraction between the ions. The second point, then ionic compounds are brittle and crystalline and are polar in nature. Third point, ionic compounds have high melting and boiling point due to strong electrostatic force of attraction between the ions. Ionic compounds are soluble in water due to their polar nature, but insoluble in non-polar solvent like CCl4 or benzene. It's a very important point now. Point 5. Ionic compounds do not conduct electricity in solid state because ions are not free and are held together by strong electrostatic force of attraction. Ionic compounds conduct electricity in molten or aqueous form. Why? Because in molten or aqueous form, the ion become free to conduct electricity, because on heating or on adding in water, the electrostatic force get weakened or get overcome, hence their ions become free. So these 5th and 6th point is also very important. So one question coming from these points, that NaCl do not conduct electricity. Instead of NaCl, sometime examiner may say ionic compounds. So NaCl is also an ionic compound, do not conduct electricity in solid state but conduct electricity in molten or aqueous form. Why? The answer is that in solid state ions are held together by strong electrostatic force of attraction and are not free. Hence NaCl do not conduct electricity in solid state, while in aqueous or molten state ions become free to conduct electricity. That's why NaCl or ionic compound conduct electricity in molten or aqueous form. Ionic bond is always formed between two opposite charge ions and also called opposite poles. Hence, ionic bonds is always called polar bond, that is consist of opposite pole. Most of the time student will not understand what are polar bonds and what are non-polar bonds. Here is a small tips to understand what is polar bond. A polar bond is that which is formed between two oppositely charged ions, that is oppositely pole. So because ionic compound always form between two opposite charged ions, that is opposite poles, hence all ionic compounds or ionic bonds are polar in nature. What are non-polar compounds, that we will study in the next video. Now difference between sodium atom and sodium ion. So properties, sodium atom and sodium ion. First, color, and second, toxicity, chemical action, valence shell, electrical state, and existence. So first color, the sodium atom is silvery white but the sodium ion is colorless. Toxicity, sodium atom is poisonous but sodium ion is non-poisonous. Chemical action, sodium atom is very active because it has to attain noble gas configuration, but sodium ion is inactive because after losing one electron it becomes stable. Valence shell, the sodium atom have incomplete valence shell, that's why it lose electron, while sodium ion it have complete valence shell. Electrical state, sodium atom is neutral while it is clear from the sodium symbol of sodium ion that it is having positive 1 charge. Existence, sodium atom always exists in the combined state while sodium ion can exist independently also. Similarly, the difference between chloride atom and chloride ion. So properties, color, chloride atom is yellowish green because it exists as yellowish green gas, whereas chloride ion is colorless. Toxicity, chloride atom is poisonous while chloride ion is non-poisonous. Now the chemical action, chloride atom is very active while chloride ion is inactive. Now in case of valence shell, chloride atom has incomplete valence shell, that's why it will gain electron to form negative ion, whereas after gaining electron the chloride ion have complete shell. Electrical state, chlorine atom is neutral and it is clear from the chloride ion that it has negative charge over it. Existence, chloride atom not exist independently but chloride ion can exist independently. Now the odor, chloride atom has suffocating smell whereas chloride ion is odorless. So learn and note down definition and structures, study in this video and do written practice of structure. In next video, chemical bonding part 2, we will study covalent bond, its definition, its method of formation, condition, structures and its characteristics. Please like and subscribe the channel for the latest update. Thank you.